We're here at the It spot in Las Vegas, the Cosmopolitan Hotel. This hotel is the epitome of sexiness, cool, and fun here on the Strip, and I did a full review out of 50 points in 5 categories. The categories are the service, the dining, the room, the ambiance, and the it factor. I'm not sponsored by or affiliated with the hotel in any way. It's just an honest review from a guest staying here for the first time. I already checked in, so let's go see the room. So there are 27 restaurants here at the Cosmopolitan, and we couldn't possibly show you all of them. But what I can tell you is that my favorite restaurants on property are the speakeasies and hidden restaurants they have. We have the inside information. Let's go see if we can find them. So in the high-end food court here at the Cosmopolitan, the Block 16 is our first speakeasy. I think we found it. So the second speakeasy here is called Ski Lodge. It's actually in Super Frico, the restaurant, which is a psychedelic Italian restaurant. Ski Lodge looks like a ski lodge. And the third speakeasy here is called Barbershop, which is a barbershop by day and a bar by night. Wow. So those were the 3 speakeasies here at the Cosmopolitan, but there's one more thing to show you. So in the very center of the Cosmopolitan is the Chandelier Bar, which is under this incredibly massive chandelier. It is 3 floors, and there's a hidden menu, which one of their drinks won Drink of the Year for the entire world. So the most famous drink here at the Cosmopolitan is called the Verbena. And the idea with this drink is that you eat this flower for 20 seconds, and it changes the flavor of the drink and makes your mouth numb when you're tasting it. My entire mouth is numb right now, and the drink tastes completely different. The dining at the Cosmopolitan, like the rest of Las Vegas, is truly world class. The options are incredible. You have a different restaurant you could eat every day of the month, but not all of the food is extraordinary. Most of it's very good, and for that reason, I gave it a 7.5 out of 10. So there are over 3,000 rooms here at the Cosmopolitan that are across 2 different towers, the Boulevard Tower and the Chelsea Tower. We're here in the Chelsea, and we got the 4-bedroom suite. Look at this room. So it's not often that you get a room of this size really anywhere in the world, let alone in Las Vegas. Of course, the first thing that you notice when you walk in is the size. It is a perfect room for a party, a perfect room to spend your entire Vegas trip. What's interesting about this room is that some of the wallpapering and this almost plastic wood that you have here in the paneling is an interesting choice because you pair that level of kind of cheaper materials with the granite runner across the table, the alligator leather. It's almost this strange disparity of quality that is pretty reminiscent of Las Vegas, to be honest, but it's also very apparent in this room. Over here, you have a more modern open and close function for the shears and the drapes, and then you have a little bit more of an old-fashioned AC control. When there's very accessible Nest and home control and smart systems that are available on the market now, this feels like maybe they're cutting costs a little bit too much. And then you have on this side some of the shears and drapes which almost look like they were chosen to intentionally mitigate damage. If you had really expensive shears and drapes and maybe someone spills a drink on them, that'd be a pretty big bill for the Cosmopolitan to front on a regular basis. However, it is noticeable when you're booking a room like this at this price point, you want to have some luxury materials in the room. So this is the kitchen on the other side of that living room. And what you'll notice in here is the refrigerator is already pre-stocked for you. Everything is pressure sensored, so you can't take anything out and put your own things in. The Cosmopolitan is definitely doing that on purpose, considering that they don't want you buying food or taking leftovers at some other restaurant. They want you to take from the minibar. Going into the first hallway, this is a really nice touch here. They have an alligator leather wall. And the different wallpapers continue here into the primary bedroom. Right when you walk in, the first thing you notice once again in this bedroom is the size. It is truly the most impressive part of this hotel room, but size isn't everything. Let's test the bed. So, I've read some reviews about the beds here at the Cosmopolitan and that they are not the best for a good night's sleep, but I can attest that this one is extremely comfortable. It's like a cloud, there's good support, and I can definitely say you'll get a good night's rest in this suite. And the primary bathroom is just as big as the bedroom. So a couple of things to note in here. The shower curtain, for example, is a little bit low quality, like some of the other things we've seen in the room. Some of the tiling should be replaced. There's some hard water buildup that's happening in here around the sink and in the shower itself. But you do have a pretty large tub. All of the amenities are 5 wits, including the mouthwash, body lotion, facial soap, dental kit. So again, they make sure you have everything you need here at the Cosmopolitan, and 5 watts is a pretty quality amenities brand. And as always, let's test the shower. Right away, the pressure is decent. It's not very high. It's not getting hot very quickly. I'd say overall, it is a fine shower, but for a room like this, that definitely could be upgraded. And the final thing that we notice in this primary bedroom is the curtain and drapes, which are the same as the living room, but this one is broken a little bit and was when we checked in. So we're now in one of the guest rooms that is exactly identical to the 2 other guest rooms in this suite. A lot of similarities to the primary bedroom, and it is actually very similar to a lower level category at the Cosmopolitan if you were to book a standard room. So right here they give you a little iPad that is meant to control the lighting and music in this suite as a whole. But if you go into listen, you can see just how old the technology is. It says browse CDs. If you go through, there's no results found, nothing is actually synchronized, so as nice as this is, it's not being used for anything anytime soon. There are quite a few different design choices in the room that I really do love, like the very interesting art and decor that they chose, some of the sculptures like the car, the way things are set up in this room. There's definitely thought that was put into it. Is it the most luxurious room I've ever been in? No. Is it one of the biggest and most spacious and perfect for parties? Yes. So you make a decision on what you're looking for. So that is the 4-bedroom suite here at the Cosmopolitan. I want to give it a review out of 10, but keeping in mind that not all of you are probably going to book the 4-bedroom suite. In fact, a lot that's in this room is consistent in the various other categories that they offer at the 3,000 rooms here at the Cosmo. My 3 favorite things about this room were the design choices, how eclectic the design was, the size, of course, and how comfortable the bed is in the primary bedroom. My 3 least favorite things about this room is the quality of some of the choices, the fact that the room feels like it was built for a party and not as much for a comfortable stay, and third, that the beds in the other room were not as comfortable, nor was the shower. With all of that in mind, I gave it a 7 out of 10. Wait till you see it at night. So this is the Sarah Spa at the Cosmopolitan, a pretty iconic spa in Las Vegas because it has a full hammam. Obviously our camera crew can't come in here, so I brought the GoPro. How amazing is this? So this is interesting. Here in the gym, they have some unique setups with Techno Gym with some bands, as well as some rowing machines. You have recumbent bikes. The gym is clean. There's not a lot of people here, given how many are staying in the hotel, and very modern. So once you have your winnings from the casino, you can spend it all here at the shops at the Cosmo. One other thing to note is that all of the air vents in the building pump out a signature scent 24/7 called Vanilla Sky. You can smell it in every single hall. It's a nice touch. So now you can see this hotel is pretty spectacular. It is a massive space, from the 100,000 square feet casino that they have on site to the shops and the restaurants. Everything really is nicely tied together. But there is a lot of empty space. So this art exhibit behind me, for example, is in the back corner of the convention hall where very few people end up going. There's a couple of things like that in this building because this building was actually built as a residential building originally. The recession hit. They couldn't afford to finish all of the rooms and they converted it to a hotel. With all of that in mind, I gave the Ambience a 7 out of 10. When we checked in, we noticed that the drapes were a little bit broken. So, like always, let's do a service test and see how long it takes them to fix it. So we tried the tech system and it doesn't work very well, unfortunately.
Good morning, thank you for calling Guest Services. My name's Eddie, how can I assist?
Hey Eddie, this is Ryan in 6008. I just had a quick request for you. One of the curtains, or the drapes, is kind of broken off, and it was like that when we checked in. Would it be possible to have someone come and fix it?
I'll go ahead and send somebody up.
Excellent, thank you so much. Hey, they did it. Look at that. It looks brand new. So we were only out of the room for a couple of hours and they did come in and completely fix the drapes. Looks like on this side something happened while they were here, so now this side is down a little. Look, it happens. There's 3,000 rooms and a lot of people staying here. It's time to give it a service score. When you're staying on the Strip, the service is very important, and the Cosmopolitan definitely takes that seriously. From the speed in which we received our room service to the service test that we gave them not too long ago, everything has been pretty top-notch. However, some of the negatives that we've seen on the service here are just the fact that the staff are pretty overworked. There are so many people that stay here on a weekend, a lot of crazy things that are happening in this hotel, and the staff often have to deal with all of that before they can support their guests with smaller things. On top of that, they really market and push out their text-based communication service, which in my experience was pretty poor. I tried texting in a few times, didn't get a response, or was sent to another phone number to have to call to do things like reservations and room service, and they really promote it as an opportunity for an all-inclusive service solution. It really isn't. Other than that, everything was positive, and I gave the service a 7.5 out of 10. The casino, the shows, the entertainment, there is so much to do here at the Cosmopolitan, and that is really the it factor. It factor means that special thing that makes you want to tell your friends about it and come back time and time again. I gave the it factor for this hotel an 8 out of 10. That is the Cosmopolitan Hotel here on the Las Vegas Strip in Nevada. I want to thank you so much for watching. We have many more hotels in Las Vegas and around the world planned for you. But for now, it's time for that final review out of 50. The service, the ambiance, the it factor, and the dining were all consistently very solid here, and I definitely recommend this hotel. I gave it a 37 out of 50. We'll see you on the next one. Please subscribe, share with your friends, and give it a like if you love the video.